Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome in our seventh career preview work from home opportunities, episode 7. And this is Megs. I will be your host for tonight. So, thank you for everyone who is joining us today from our guest speakers, organizers, and to our beloved audience all over the globe. Career Preview is a really great platform for determined people who wish to know where to start with their online freelance careers to learn from our guest speakers, which are experts from diverse freelance industries. So, to give us more thorough insight of this career preview and its benefits, let's welcome the visionary of Get Started Philippines, Mr. Abro Buliser.
Round of applause. So I just had to clap for myself. I miss the real world, in which I usually speak on top of stage, and you have crowds, you know um, bustling whenever there's a live webinar. So this is really new to everyone, but for the past 3 months of this pandemic, I guess we have been adjusting slowly with regards to that. So yeah, just a few insights. Get Started International actually started because we want to help people get started. Because what the pandemic did to most of us is actually put us, made us feel that we are stuck. Especially for those people that were not able to transition right away from the careers that we have right now, the online careers. So it was really their careers back then were really different. They were on the field. So um, this pandemic actually made them feel stuck, and somehow that made me feel stuck as well 3 months ago, because I was in the virtual tourist guiding. I started a virtual tourist guide platform in which I make videos on how to get to a location using the local mode of transportation, and that's across the globe. So when the pandemic happened, everything was put to a halt. So yeah, it made me think what would be a good next step. So I didn't want to feel stuck. I want to get started right away with what's the next thing to be done, so to speak, the new normal. And I wanted to help people also jump to that as well, get them started, whether it's learning, a shift in a career, a new business that would, blend in with the new normal, or whether it's a new advocacy. Now, for this part, it's mostly on the learning part to transitioning to the career part. So basically, it's helping people get started with anything that could add value to yourself or even add value to others. So yeah, I hope we learn a lot today from our coaches, and thank you so much. I know you could be somewhere else right now, but you're here and wanting to learn from this webinar. Thank you. Megs, back to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I just would like to share my, insights and what I got from the message that you said. If there's one thing that this enhanced community quarantine made us realize or taught us, that we can explore the possibilities in the digital space. So that's something that every one of us are excited to learn for today's activity. And now, before anything else, the audience questions, by the way, will be entertained after all the four or three speakers talk that we have for today. And now, to get the ball rolling, here is our first guest speaker. Our first speaker started her career as a web developer at Highly Succeed Incorporated in the year 2016. Then, a year later, she became a business development associate. After 3 years, she started her freelance job as a website developer. From designing to its deployment, and have been teaching students to represent their teams for hackathon. Giving the mic now to our speaker for web development and design coach, Miss Melanie or Coach Melanie Flores. Let's give her a round of applause.
Hi. Um, Hi everyone. I'm Melanie Flores and hold Melanie Flores. I am there. I'm Melanie Flores and I will be your web developer and design coach. And I'm almost 5 years in the web development industry and counting. Yeah.
So yes, coach. You will be sharing how you got your. I mean, will you be sharing a PowerPoint?
Yeah. How will I share it here?
Yeah, we already made you co-host.
The web development and design coach. 5 years of experience in web development. Then, what motivates me in freelancing is time and knowledge. Time is because I feel like I'm always in hurry and I like to venture more instead of staying inside the office, work 8 hours or more. However, I what do you call it? I also admire people who work in companies and offices, but then freelancing is way more often time for me. This allows me to move around while I'm earning. Then knowledge is, as I say about freelancing allows me to move around, it doesn't mean that I travel a lot, having cost of living, or bring my work anywhere and so on. What I mean to this is freelancing allows me to study again, be open-minded on different way of living, learn more from the people I've encountered, inhaling more fresh air, and most importantly, the current hobby I have, which is I have an open time for watching YouTube tutorials and enroll in online classes like graphic designs, new web development frameworks, and other things that could help me improve in this field. Then the things that motivates me and excites me being a coach is also learn. Yeah, it's also to learn. I love sharing knowledge and I also love hearing people's too. This feeling started when I became a student again. I was admired by the students who want to learn but don't have enough time in the classroom, and also those students who want to advance and get ready for the future ahead. I'm tutoring senior high school and college students in programming for almost 2 years now and never get tired of it. Once you're into teaching, you're not just sharing your knowledge, you're also learning. Yeah. Then next is short process flow for development of website. Yeah, after finding a client. So the first one is gathering an information. So when you are working in the company, things is a bit easy because every task is being divided to your co-workmates and work as a team. It was nice to be in a team in freelancing, but also when you're starting, you tend to work alone. So for me, after I found a client, I start gathering data, documenting it, and provide a copy of their needs. This is to make sure that all the requirements is being laid off properly. Then after that is I starting to design. When everything is already documented, then I provide a design, which is they have if there's something they need to be changed or there's something they have request, then it's all in design. Then after confirming the design, now I start work with the coding, and the design is called the front end. The co- I mean the co- the front end is the coding of the design, which is came from the Photoshop or any platform we use to create a design. So front end coding, which has no process flow, though you can click, you can demonstrate what the design looks like when it's online. Then next is provide a demo link. So client mostly want to see what you've been working for a while. So front-end coding is more likely to be a lot of work. So provide them a demo link for the process you have done for the day or for a week is much more needed, or much more prepared. Then I I sometimes engage with the client with every week or sometimes every 2 weeks. After finishing the coding of the front end and all been approved by the client, is now I start to work with the module and the process, which is the back end. Yeah. Then testing. I test the system on my end to see if there's no visible bug to be found before letting them to test it. User interaction is different from just testing on your own. So the next one is I provide a testing link for the client for them to see what's the process or what will be the final flow of the system when it's done. So mostly you have to provide a demonstration for them to see what is how the system works. Then most of the time I do final adjustment after this, and when everything is all done and all requirements have been achieved, it's now time for the deployment. You can now deploy it. Then the entry-level range of being a web developer here in Philippines is around 15,000 to 30,000 pesos if you're working here. But then things might get changed when you are working abroad or outside our country. So entry-level web developer is 65,300 in the United States. That's I found it online, which is some survey how much the initial rates of web developer in abroad. So that's all, I think. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Coach Melanie. And with what you shared, based on the experiences that you mentioned, I actually come up with realizations that there are benefits that you can get out of being a web developer, wherein it is one of the jobs that is most highly sought after. It is a high paying career that you will be getting in the future. You can work either with a team or you can also own your business. And right now, I believe you are owning a business. I mean, you own a business. So you can work wherever you want. So you own your time. And it improves and brings out your creativity. And it's not just about teaching, but learning out of what you're doing. And I can see the passion that you are really into it. So thank you very much for the inspiring message and experience that you share with us today. Now we can move on to the next speaker that we'll be having for today. So as we move to our next speaker, he will tell us more about what SEO is. He has advanced knowledge in the process of growing the quality and quantity of website traffic by increasing the visibility of a website or a web page to users. He is also knowledgeable in Google Ads management, Facebook Ads management, and chatbot building. SEO specialist of www.freddeveloper.com, Coach Frederick Tejada. Let's give him a round of applause.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm so overwhelmed by the first presenter, so I'm kind of nervous.
Good afternoon.
Okay, I'll just share my screen. Wait. My says host disabled participant screen sharing.
You should have access now.
Okay. Okay, can you see my screen? Okay, so this is my logo. I have made it myself. Okay, so who am I? So I am Frederick Tejada, and I am an SEO specialist and PPC manager. 3 years freelance experience. But anyway, I also have a corporate job, so freelancing is just a side gig for me. But I've been doing this for like 3 years. I don't know. I was never successful with full-time freelancing, so I think I really miss working in the corporate world. But I always have freelance clients. So what motivated me with freelancing? So I have a flexible work schedule. So even if I have a 9 to 5 job, I can still work with the extra hours. Like I can work on weekends, I can work at night, and I with my niche, it doesn't have to follow like have the clients. If they are from US, I can still work my own time since I don't work like their office hours. So basically, I just need to provide results and meet their deadlines. If they said we need reports, we need optimizations within a week, I just need to finish the work or task within the week. It's either I submit it earlier or I do it just before the deadline. So new experiences, because I have experiences with a lot of people, like small businesses, big businesses, individual coaches. I also work with big names in the US, like I once serviced Ty Lopez and one of his students, and gain new skills. When you work with other clients and you are freelance, it's not just the skills that you provide or the service that you provide. You can also learn from your clients, especially if you are servicing coaches, mentors. It's a good thing that they will also teach you secrets, marketing secrets, copywriting secrets. It will depend on what the niche of the client or what business your client is. It will be like if you're blessed enough, other clients also like share their gold mine of knowledges of skills. So that's where I got most of my experiences, most of my skills, because I was so blessed that when I started freelancing, I have a good client and a good mentor. Lastly, I can have time with my family. So basically, even if I'm working at home, I can be with my family. I can attend to my kids. I can attend to my wife. I can do household chores. It's like pause the work. And unlike if you're full-time corporate, you cannot pause your work when you're in the office. But when you're freelancing, when you're at home, you can pause your work anytime and do household chores or anything that if there are emergencies. Then what do I do? So I just I cannot show the whole process because it's too broad. So first is optimize client's website based on their goal. Um, every business has their own goals. So like for example, a business may prioritize leads, or a business may prioritize sales, or just traffic. So basically, we will optimize. SEO specialist optimizes the websites based on what their clients wants. There's no like a template for optimizing. It will always be different uh, depending on the client's goals. So next, after determining the goal of the client, then you have to fix SEO issues. It's either on page or off page. And then after some time, we analyze the data. What are the improvements? What necessary improvements? What are lacking? What keywords are better to rank? What keywords are more converting, driving more conversions or driving more traffic? Because it's different. Traffic and conversions are somehow go together, but they have different results or goals. Then after analyzing data, I will report the analytics or the report to the client. Then after that, recommend necessary improvements. If we have to do more on content, or just do like off-page link building, or just do on-page like structures, or just optimize content. And lastly, implement the new strategy or improvements that was suggested to the client. So sample outputs. So here is one of my clients. So this is the data from December 2019. So you can see the total clicks, impressions, average click-through rate, and average position. This is like 7 months ago, and this is now their data. So now this is the data from June 1 to June 30, 2020. So now they have like 11,000 clicks for the month of June, 227 impressions, average click-through rate of 5%. So it almost this click-through rate almost doubled, and their average position on Google is now 19.7. That's around 11 positions. But this is average, so all keywords are ranked as. It will actually depend on how many keywords are ranking. So basically, this is a big company. We are ranking around 800 keywords. So basically, from those 800, we were able to get an average position of 19.7 in 7 months from the average position of 31. And we were able to improve traffic. Like if you can see, this is 76,000 and this is 227, though that's 3 times impressions. So how do we determine the impressions? So when we optimize the keywords, so basically most of their keywords that were not on first page were appearing on first page. That's why they have got more impressions. And we optimize also the meta descriptions and meta titles, so they got more clicks because we were able to deliver what the website is really meant to. Because before it's just like generic meta tagging, like Google is just getting random content from the website and putting it on Google search. But when we optimize it, we improve the click-through rate and the total clicks. So this is the salary based on experience, and this is based from people that I know, from my mentors, and I started entry level $3 to $5 per hour. And then after like 6 months, 6 to 1 year, I was able to go with between 5 to 15. And right now, I charge 15 above. So I'm targeting this expert So basically, my mentor is charging like $200 per hour. So that's like more than a month salary for me. So like if I can just for newbies, $3 to $5 is actually good already. Like when I started, my first investment is equipments like laptops, desktops, basically internet, everything that on my first when I started, I invested everything on getting the right equipments for freelancing, because even if you have the skills, if you don't have the right equipment, uh, working from home is hard. That's what I saw from my friends, because some of my friends, I invited them to start freelancing, but they never invested in equipments, in gadgets, in laptops, and internet connection. So basically, that's one of the things that I recommend for starters to invest: good internet connection and good equipment. That's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And now I just would like to thank you for sharing this with us. And of course, this is actually containing a lot of information regarding the perks that we are currently getting as digital marketing or for SEOs that we have. Now, for every business, having an online presence or investing in digital marketing is a must. Of course, this is because it will not only help us build a reputable brand image, it will also enhance the tracking of targeted audience that we have for any businesses that you will be having. So now, if you guys have questions, you can ask our coach Tejada later after our next coach or speaker. So, social media marketing or digital marketing has really been a trend right now. And our last guest speaker will be talking more about. She is a digital marketer with deep expertise and channel knowledge in the full marketing stack. With over 5 years industry experience, she's worked in two of the big six global media agencies for Fortune 500 clients such as Cisco, Int'l, and Int'l. She has academic background of business and marketing management from Oklahoma City University, US, and Coventry University, Singapore. So let's all welcome Miss or Coach Maria Pereira. Let's give her a round of applause.
Hi everyone, I'm Maria. A big thank you to Abro and his team for organizing this really wonderful event into the career preview, and also to all the other coaches online and viewers, a big thank you as well for joining this. So let me just quickly share my screen. Okay. Okay, so can everyone see my screen? I will just continue then. Okay, so so a quick brief into my background. My name is Maria. I'm based in Singapore, and I'm a digital marketing specialist with over 6 years in the industry. I have managed clients across different companies such as MNC, startups, from various verticals such as B2B, tech, F&B as well. And I have also been part of the global media agencies, which is Dentsu Aegis Network and WPP. So, how did I get started into marketing? It's actually one of those things where I sort of stumbled into it. I started my career in 2012, and believe it or not, it was actually in a logistics company. It was in a supply chain management company, and I was doing administrative work. So it was completely unrelated to what I'm doing right now, but I guess that's how you have a foothold in your career. With most people usually doing something that is completely unrelated to what you have studied and to where you are right now. So when I first joined the logistics company, I was doing a lot of administrative work. There was a lot of clock taking, a lot of duties, and of course, it wasn't really the area that I wanted to be in. So when I applied for my next job, I went into a publishing company as a marketing assistant. And from there, that was when I realized that, hey, I am discovering something new and I'm learning a lot more skills than what I intended. So from there on, I went into an F&B company, and I was focusing more on digital marketing. So this was around 2014 when social media was booming, and you were beginning to see a lot of brands with pages on social media. They were beginning to build their presence online. They were beginning to have their Instagram pages, doing a bit more on search ads online. So that was when I was right in the middle of that great career start. And then from there, after picking up a bit more skills, I went into a startup company where I was in charge of developing a product and, of course, boosting the awareness overall. And then, so all my previous companies were all majority on the client companies. So a bit of pro and cons with joining client companies. You have to be the in-house marketer, and at most times you won't really have that much opportunity to learn and to practice the different channels outside of what you're currently doing. So that is when I decided to transition into an agency where you get to learn a lot more of channels, because you'll be obviously handling much more bigger clients, and you will be obviously handling a lot of more channels. So for example, when in my previous company, I will be doing 1 or 2 channels, but then right now I'm currently doing already up to 6 different channels, from SEO to YouTube to Google. So it's really a wide scope. And from then onwards, I moved on to another agency, which is called WPP. It's another global media agency, and they are more towards the creative side. So that is where I joined them. Okay, so that was how I started in digital marketing. As I mentioned, to all the graduates who are watching, or to all fresh graduates who are watching right now, if you're stuck or you don't know where to go next, it doesn't matter, because your first job will always give you a good foothold to where you want to end up, and it is always a learning experience, even up for me right now. So my training journey, as I mentioned, I was previously from a logistics company. So when I went into digital marketing, I had no idea, I had zero experience. And then when I Googled online digital marketing, there was tons of information online. There was so much resources, and I had no idea where to start. So some of the good things that you should take note when you are trying to go on board your digital marketing career is to always try to make use of already what's out there. For example, Google offers free certifications. You can just Google that online, and it's always good to have knowledge on your Google search ads, analytics. So it's a lot about data and reporting, and then also Google My Business. So I would say these are the 3 most basic that you would need to learn. And then, of course, moving on to social media, that is another big chunk of digital marketing, where you would obviously need to learn about Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And then obviously now we have even more channels like TikTok, and we have YouTube, and we have Line, and we have so many more from globally. But the basics always stick the same, and that is your 3 powerhouses, which are your Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And then it's always good to know and read up more. Besides from just certifications, it's always good to know more about how you want to strategize your social media plans and how you want to do your social media advertising as well. And then lastly, we move on to creative. So again, For me, based on my background, I had to self-learn Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator. It was completely confusing for me. I almost cried trying to learn Photoshop because it was crazy. With the amount of buttons and icons there, I wanted to die. But at the same time, it is very important to learn because most clients would want this background knowledge on how you know how to do creatives for Facebook, creatives for Instagram, and etc. So, and even now there are free platforms such as Canva where you can even learn it online. And of course, always do your online reading in copywriting and etc. Yeah. Okay, so all in a day's work. So of course, my day usually starts with coffee. I usually need about 1 or 2 cups, depending on how the day goes. But I'm sure everyone feels the same way sometimes. And then we move on to the morning session. So for me, in my day's work, I usually deal with PPC media. So that is social media advertising, Google search, a lot of your advertising channels. So for a digital marketer, you need to be, first of all, organized. You need to be fast, and you need to be able to multitask. Because when you are managing all these different things, you need to be on top of the different clients and the different projects that you want to do. So of course, we all start with emails. And then after that, we have to run through the different dashboards on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and quickly check our campaigns and see how are they running. Has the budget already been overspent, or are we not running anything at all? So it's very good to go in and check your campaigns to make sure that everything is okay. And then after that, we usually move into internal meetings. So that is when we discuss among our teams and our colleagues about what is going to happen for the day and things that we need to follow up on for our clients. And then lastly, this is usually a big factor, which is the client meeting. So that is when you'll be actually meeting the clients. You'll be updating them on their campaigns, reports to let them know on what is the health of their campaigns online, and to of course follow up on any pending items as well. And then lastly, the PM session is when it takes up the bulk of the work. So I would say a lot of it is deep diving into your actual work already. So we usually start to do with campaign setups. And then that is when we actually start to do our campaign management, going into making sure that everything's okay. Where can we improve better on Facebook? Where can we improve better on Instagram? Where can we improve better on Google search and things like that? And then for some digital marketers, you are required to obviously create content. So this could be creating your Facebook visuals for social media, or writing blog articles and stuff like that. And then of course, more deep dive work where there's a lot of analytics, especially if you're dealing with bigger clients. So you will need to really spend at least 2 hours just going through the entire platform to update clients on where to improve things so that they can invest in you, invest in the agency, and invest in your company in the future. And then of course, ending the day with more emails again, as usual. And okay, so a quick look into what is the current entry level for marketers. So this is what I got off from the Philippines, but of course, globally it really varies. So I checked it out from this website called PayScale. This is a really great website for you to visit. It offers the different pay scale based on different countries. So if you're based in Estonia, if you're based in Turkey, if you're based in Singapore like me, you can go in and check what is the current rate that is currently being paid for. And so you can see that the range, I would say, is pretty standard. It's almost similar in here in Singapore as well. It starts from 200,000 pesos to around 500,000 pesos for the mid-career levels, and then ranging to maybe close to 1 million pesos for those in the specialist department. So yeah, and of course it doesn't include bonuses and increments and OT. So it's a very rough gauge, and I would say that this should be a good encouraging point, because right now, especially during the COVID situation, there is a huge demand for digital marketing. And if you look online, you can see most of it that they're on job listings, that everywhere there is people looking for digital marketers, because the supply doesn't meet the demand. And I'm pretty sure this applies to most countries. So it's a very good stepping stone. And if you are interested, it will always be a good place for you to start as well your career. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. That was my session for the digital marketing preview. Thank you again once again for having me. And I hope that was very informative for everyone as well. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Miss Maria, and I'm actually encouraged to at least learn how to be one of the digital marketer in the future. Now, with the experience that you shared, working as a freelance digital marketer, it's where your income has no ceiling. You can earn as much as you want, depending on the skills and the number of projects that you can deliver to your clients. And as a freelancing career, it is not just about earning, but it is more about learning and self-evolution. To stay with the digital trends, you also need to follow the top marketing blogs and personalities, and you also need to make sure that you are very, very good in multitasking, as what you said. And I will never forget what you mentioned, to always drink a cup of coffee in the morning.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, so you're welcome. Now, moving on, the floor is now open for any questions to our coaches for today. So, audience, if you have questions, you are free to ask Miss Maria, Mr. Frederick, and Miss Melanie.
I guess everybody is shy. All right, guys. First of all, let's just give everyone a big round of applause. So thank you so much to our speakers. So I will make the questions easy. So yeah, maybe to start off, I really have prepared questions. For Coach Melanie, what's the timeline on a project? What's the shortest time that you were able to work on a website project, and then what's the longest time that you work on a website project?
For me, it's depend on what project I work. Mostly if I work in landing pages, I tend to work into 2 weeks to 1 month. Then for an average website, which consists of 5 pages, I think 1 to 2 months. Then the longest will be a 1-year development, which is the e-commerce or a blog site. It would be depends on the modules and the requirements.
So yeah, thank you. Just trivia, guys. I was able to talk to Coach Melanie just for maybe 3 hours or 2 to 3 hours about Get Started, and how we wanted it to be like, pardon me for saying this, Udemy plus Upwork, and she made the website in 2 days. so yeah. Yeah, sorry.
I think that was super.
Yeah, she's just super into web development, so that's why I was asking on the timelines. And lastly, with your years of experience, how long should, because we're thinking right now, to make a website I need to graduate like a 4-year course, but because you mentioned that you teach people web development, how long should one be trained until they can make their own website?
Actually, when I am teaching web development, per front end, I took 1 week, one-on-one. This is one-on-one teaching. So we start at I think 1 p.m. of the afternoon. Then we end up until 9 p.m. Then it's 3 to 1 week of tutoring. Then on the back end is mostly 2 weeks because I have to teach him with the basic to the frameworks. 2 weeks to 1 month. So the same time. Start at 1 p.m. then end on 9 p.m. And sometimes it would be depend on the student schedule.
Me, sorry, Ibo, do you have something to ask? Yeah, I think you're on mute, bro.
Yeah, Jason, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, bro. I just would like to ask Melanie, uh, how would I, if ever I would like to, be your student, how much would I, prepare?
Hmm. Sometimes I don't. I don't ask too much because most of my student was also a student too in school. So
25,000.
that's kind of possible when
I,
it's
I,
professional.
yeah, actually, you can send an email to webinars@getstarted.com. Pretty much for a course that teacher Melanie or Coach Melanie teaches, it would range from $10, to how much is 1,300 divided by 50. So $10, $20, maybe less than $20 or $16. Yeah, $10 to $16 for a class or course on web development.
Okay, so that's around like 1,300 pesos, like
Yeah.
that.
Yes,
Okay.
I was just converting into dollars since we have people here.
Oh, I see. Sorry. So it's like more like $20 over.
Yes, around $10 to $20. So per class, so it's like beginner, intermediate, and then advanced. So per class would be $10, and the full course would not go over $20.
I see.
And
Thank you.
you're welcome. Any questions from anyone?
Question.
Yes, Miss Katrina.
Yes. Okay. Regarding the web designing, I'm just curious about it because is the talent for web designing came in with like an inborn talent? Like for example, in singing, some are born with their talent already in singing and just later on develop more, right? And in singing, sometimes no matter how much you are trained for that, you can not really be that as good as other singers. So is that also how web designing works? Does it also come with the inborn talent for it? I'm just curious about it.
Actually, not at all. I don't either. Before I started, I don't like programming. Then I'm just encouraged to learn because I want to improve it. I don't even know how to use Photoshop because, like what Maria said, it has too many buttons to be clicked and to be managed. Then in the coding is we have a lot of codes to be familiarized and a lot of frameworks to be learned too. Yeah. So basically, you just have to learn the basic process. Then afterwards, you can learn different kind of programming language.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else? If I'll take this time to ask questions because I love asking.
Yeah, me
Jason,
too, bro. After you, bro.
after me. So for SEO, Coach Frederick, The one data that you showed, that was for which website?
It's one of my clients in Australia. It's a 7-digit company. So
Was that data for Google or Facebook?
it's their own analytics data.
Wow. So I thought it was like Facebook or
No,
Google.
no. I captured their own data to present, like to let me show what organic traffic, what SEO can provide the company. Like if you can see, it's the click-through rate double, and they get more traffic and more impressions. Actually, we are migrating their website to WordPress, but what the project was on hold because of the pandemic. But basically, after lockdowns in Australia, we will push the WordPress migration because their website is not mobile optimized. So as you can see, the data, it's almost like they got awesome results.
Yes.
Excluding the fact that their website is not mobile optimized. So just think if their website got mobile optimized, and like most of the people right now is using mobile. So basically, we will get more click-through rate and more traffic.
Cool. So what they have is only a website right now. They don't have the mobile app.
No, I mean, when you view their website on mobile, it's not that optimized. Like,
Okay.
it's not good. Like, there are many glitches, many bugs. So, most of the traffic and most of the conversions, we are getting it from desktop. So, the target of the owner is like reach overall rank of 10. If possible at the end of this year, but I think it will be moved since because of the pandemic, like all projects were on hold. So basically, it may be a target next year and not at the end of this year.
All right. Cool. Thank you. Yeah. Someone was picking up. Yeah, Jason, go.
Sorry. I just would like to ask from I don't know, from the three of you, I don't know. What do you think would be like the most easy or no the most easy one to learn? I mean, like SEO, website development, or like digital marketing and like that in general.
I will answer that. Actually, bro, you have to choose. You have to feel the passion, because before, when I started, I almost do everything. Like, I also do web design, I also do website development, chatbot, like graphic design, video editing. Like, I almost did everything. But I niched down to SEO and Google and PPC management, because that's where my passion directed me. It will be hard for you to get clients if you have too many skills, broad skills. So basically, the first thing you have to do is you have to feel which skills, which set of skills, or which path you want to take, because that's will make your freelancing journey easier, rather than getting all the knowledge or the skill sets. It's not really good when you are freelancing. Actually, if you have a specific skill and you service that with just that skill, you can charge more per client. And unlike if you have like many skills, like a jack of all trades is not really like for me, for my opinion, it's not good when you are freelancing. You have to focus at most one at least one skill, and like 1 to 3 skills. You have to focus on 1 to 3 set of skills, or else you will you will not reach your destination. You will not reach your target range of salary or rate.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much, bro. But for the three, anong tawag dito? It's a follow-up question. Among the three, or like, yeah, what do you think is like the most hot skill? I don't know. Yeah. Ano yung which one would be the
Most
easiest?
in demand.
Oh yeah, parang ganon. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, bro, for the help. Like if I'm gonna apply, or which one is yung they hire much of this?
In demand right now.
And demand.
Oh yeah. That's what I mean.
Maybe Coach Maria can answer that.
Um, I think it's a bit hard to say right now because I don't want to be biased and say digital marketing is the hottest job right now. But I think overall, in general, there has been a lot of demand specifically for jobs in digital. So this includes obviously in digital. There's a whole list of different things that you can work on, and there's the SEO part of it, like what Frederick is doing, and then there's the website management part of it, like what Melanie is doing. And then for me, what I'm doing is mostly social media and advertising. So it really depends on like what Frederick mentioned earlier on what your passion is, because I wouldn't recommend trying to fast track what your career is, but it's better to get like a generalization. Like for me personally, when I started in digital marketing, I was hands-on in everything. With my work, I needed to do SEO as well. I also needed to build the website and manage the website. But then eventually I realized that I like working with numbers. I like working with social media and advertising. So that's where I specialized in. Yeah. So it really depends on what you are comfortable with. If you are someone who enjoys working with numbers and data and analytics, then go with digital marketing because you have the opportunity there. If you like website management, then I would say your skills are more project-based, I guess. And then if you are more SEO, then that will be a lot of data as well. I guess Frederick can add on to that. Yeah. Did that answer your question, Jason?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Maria.
No worries. I think there is another question from
Coach Elmar.
Yeah. Hi, Coach Maria.
Hi. Yep.
Hello. First of all, thank you. I'm enlightened with your presentation. I just have a simple question. Okay, coming from an accountant like me, like for example, I have my company. So it's like you're discussing about digital marketing, social media marketing compared to the traditional marketing, right? So like for example, I have my now small, medium company, or in the Philippines, like we have here, most of the establishments are SMEs, small, medium enterprises. Like for example, my question to you is how much does social media or digital marketing cost, or can I save a lot compared to traditional marketing campaign or brand activation campaign?
So I think that's a very good question. Overall, the whole what I feel is that you can definitely achieve more with a lesser budget of social media compared to your print media. So from what I understand, previously when I was working in a magazine company, to put one page on the magazine was from 10,000 USD to 50,000 USD, and that is to reach about maybe even 50,000 people. But on social media, you can do that at only half or even 1/4 of the budget. So you get what I mean? So you can definitely reach more people with social media compared to print, because and with social media you get a lot more of targeting options and audiences that you can tap on, whereas when you're doing it on print or radio, you can't really target these people. If you are doing it on print, how are you going to know that these people are going to reach a male or a female, or how are you going to know that these people are going to reach people with certain job titles or certain interests? And all that you can do on social media because that's where they have that targeting capabilities. So I would say, social media you can definitely achieve more with a lesser budget, and you also have more targeting opportunities if you really want to specify the people that you want to reach out to.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else has a question?
Yeah,
Great.
before I have a question for Coach Frederick. So, sir, I'd like to know what are the core skills if you wanted to go through the SEO path. Say, do I need to know coding like the web development group, or yeah, what are the skill sets that I need to possess? And if I wanted to join your classes, how many classes do I need to take for me to start my own career in SEO?
Okay, so basically SEO, you have an advantage if you know you have a background on marketing or a background on coding. But basically, if you don't have any backgrounds, it's absolutely okay. Since the mostly you will be dealing with data, so it's more on analytical thinking. It's more on logical thinking. Like you just need when you have the basics, it will just be easy. I think it will be easy. First and foremost, one of the important things is keyword research. So one of the things that for my opinion, can be taught easily, and it's just need to be like in depth, because you can have like basic as keyword research, a more advanced keyword research, and
Coach, like keyword research is like you need to type in a word on Google, and you will see what comes up first, right?
that's search engine results. So that's keyword research is like getting the, for example, if you are targeting restaurants, so what are the keywords that matches what keywords has the most volumes relating to restaurants, and then advanced keyword research is like narrowing the keywords. Basically, if you use a tool, for example, we use the keyword planner or keyword forecast tool, we will get like 1,000 keywords. But with advanced keyword research, we can narrow down. It will depend on what will be our client's goal. So basically, that's one of the advanced keyword skills that can be taught, like how to group the keywords, what keywords will likely more to convert. So basically, we can teach that to students with or without prior knowledge to any coding background, any marketing background. It's just like more on focusing on the basics. So it's not just 1 plus 1, 2 plus. It's like just math. Yeah. Just start with the easy analytics, and then we go with the more advanced analytics. That's how. Sorry if I cannot
Okay.
answer because I am more of a technical person than
No.
I can't use simple terms.
Yeah, no
Okay.
problem. Thank you.
Okay. So yeah. Any other questions from anyone else?
I have
Well-
a follow-up question for Sir Frederick.
Sure.
I'm actually eyeing for SEO path, but it's just that I'm kind of hesitant because my course was not related into IT, and then so basically, how long should we, should require us to learn for that SEO stuff? Like for me, I'm not into IT stuff. Like let's say I have the passion, I have the so how long for
Okay. So actually, learning the basics, in my experience, I only learned it in a week.
in a week?
Honestly, yes, the basics. But basically, the more advanced, like learning is different from implementing. So basically, you really need to experience the implementation. That's where you will go.
Okay. So considering that for in a week, let's say I already learned all the basics. So are you going to help us into landing a job? Um, just what like as a SEO job?
I think I'll answer that, Coach. So what happens here in Get Started International, unlike I don't know if this is available in other platforms, is after we teach you, after the coaches teach you the courses, from beginner, intermediate, advanced, we create for you a community in which there the coaches can actually drop the activities for you, like maybe you can exercise these activities on your free time, you know, just to hone your skills. And then also from our end, from Get Started International, and also from the coaches' end, since they're already working in those industries, they can actually drop the career opportunities in those fields. So it gets you a higher chance of getting the job because you're in that community already, and the coaches can actually guide you.
Okay, so I have a follow-up question. Well, we hopefully that I will take the course or take up the course. So if I will be part of that so-called community program in our company, are we going to get paid?
Uh, what do you mean? You'll be part of the
Like
community as a student.
yes, as
So
a student, so it's like a training ground for us still.
yes, still a training ground. So well, when you graduate, because the other platforms, not all maybe, would be like we train you and you're on your own, right?
Ah,
So this is a different one. We create a community so you can converse with, your teammates, your coaches. The coaches can drop activities for you, just so to refresh you with what you learned during the class, and then also update you on any possible job opportunities that are aligned with what they taught.
okay.
Bro, can I also say it like in layman's term?
Yeah, sure.
It's bro, Sir Romel. What Ebro was trying to say, it's like a community, it's like a page perhaps, or a group in Facebook.
It's actually through Viber or WhatsApp.
Oh yeah, it's like that, but the concept is there. It's like you'll be included in the list or in a group, and then there will be exchanges of like opportunities, or just like what Ebro said,
Learnings.
learnings or exercises that would hone your skills. That's what he means actually.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And we also use Slack, by the way, for the activities.
Sorry, I have another question.
Yeah.
So how much would be the like learning into basic for SEO path?
Yeah. So where are you, Romel? Are you in the Philippines or?
I'm in the Philippines actually.
Okay. So for the Philippine rate, that would actually be 499 for a beginner class. So each class, it's actually divided into 3 parts. So that's beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So that's 499 each. But if you take the full course, it's only 1299. So you get a discount of almost 200. So in
Is that
dollars,
in pesos?
yeah, that's in pesos. So in dollars, that would be like $10 per class, per head. And for the full course, that's around like $16 to $18.
Okay.
Hey, bro.
Thank you.
Hello, journaling.
Hello, everyone. Do you already have like a syllabus or like a course outline that we can look into?
Yes, we have.
I'm interested.
Sure. You can actually send us an email on this email, webinars@getstartedinternational.com, and tell us about the course that you want to take, and we can send it to you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
For every session, Sir Ibro, how long would it would require us to, like, for us, we have a schedule in our work. It's from 4 p.m. to 1 a.m. So
Mm-mm.
um, how long does every session take?
Yeah, technically it would be different for every course. Let's say for web development, it actually takes longer because it will be coding. It will be longer. But in general or in average, it would take like 2 to 3 hours per class.
Per class?
Yeah,
Okay.
2 to 3 hours. So mostly right now we're offering it on the weekends. But for Coach Melanie, she can actually do weekdays. Just she's superhuman. All right, that's good. Some of us are smiling. Pretty intense discussion right here, right? Because of all the technical stuff that's going on. So yeah, Romel, did it answer your question?
Yeah, but what if we decided to, join the class? Would that be a salary deduction, or would that require an upfront payment?
Okay, so guys, so Romel is from our call centers. So Get Started International also has a call center, so they joined. So that's why they're asking if it's salary deduction.
I
So
thought that. Sorry.
it's all good. So no, we give you your salary first, and you get your salary first, and then you pay for the webinar.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. I just thought that this is part of the program from our company. Sorry.
no, no problem, Romel. I'm glad that you're here. So yeah, anyone else who has a question? Actually, before we get to the next question, I'd like to introduce, just like to say hi to everyone and where are you from. We have here Bea. Hello, Bea. So, Bea. So anyway, Bea is actually part of our team. She's actually part of our HR. And okay, hello, Bea. Also, Chi. Hello, Chi.
Good afternoon.
Coach Chi.
Hi everyone! Hi! Sitting here with you guys.
All right. So, Coach Chi is. Can you share what you coach for in Get Started, Coach Chi?
I'm handling all the VA stuff. So mostly for the beginners, like how you really transition from your traditional work going to the remote industry. So mostly that, and then just the basics. So Coach Maria and Coach Frederick are right, wherein they're saying that, as you go through the process, you sort of get a feel of what you want and what you want to specialize on. And but as you start, it pays to know a little bit of how to do things, because unless you were already skilled for a particular one, like what Coach Frederick was saying, like, you can definitely jump to a particular skill right away. But if you want to just sort of get your foot in the door and just sort of test the waters and figure out what you really want, then you can do that. I can guide you through that. So I'm handling the VA stuff. So most of like the regular admin work, to customer care, to basic digital marketing, and then later on when you specialize, you can then choose for the other specializations. But again, it's all up to you. But yeah, I'm the go-to person for the VA stuff. Nice to meet you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Is
Thank
that
you,
for
Coach.
free?
We also have a class for that, Romel. So
Yes.
Coach Chi is like the transition manager from the non-online job to the online world. Because what's so funny these days are people rant about they're not getting jobs, but the truth is, that's why the reason why I started Get Started International was people don't know the basics, which is the basic is like if you're applying for an online job, is your profile in LinkedIn updated? And does your Facebook say you're a digital marketer? Or does it have some projects there? Because if it says a lot of TikTok, so the employers would say, "Oh, this all this guy is doing TikTok all morning." So, so Coach Chi can actually help you with that. Your profile and all the likes. And then for the specializations, we have Coach Maria, Melanie, Coach Melanie, and Coach Frederick. And also the other coaches, we have Coach Mark. What do you teach, Coach Mark?
Hello, good afternoon, guys. Currently, I'm here sa Get Started teaching writing, creative and technical writing. So, I have experience in writing and that I teach creative and technical writing. So, if you want to learn more on how to write effectively, I will be teaching that in my upcoming classes soon. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Coach Mark.
Yes.
And we have Coach Elmar. Coach Elmar.
Hello, fellow coaches. My name is Elmar, and currently I'm in the Philippines. I was supposed to go to Madrid, but because of these restrictions that is happening, I'm still so I'm stuck here in the Philippines with my family. But it's getting better now compared before. So I teach business English and bookkeeping and management accounting, financial accounting, and other advanced accounting subjects. So I look forward to meeting my future students, both here in the Philippines and abroad, especially those who are taking their CPA exams in the Philippines and abroad, Australia and USA.
Thank you, Coach Elmar. So for bookkeeping, especially when you're doing the accounting of companies online, that would be Coach Elmar or Juan Miguel Manzano. Coach Shubs. Hello, Coach Shubs.
Yeah, hi everyone. First of all, April, thank you so much. And I was actually I was really amazed by all of our coaches. And thanks again. Once again, I would like to thank you for introducing me to this platform. I think my introduction will take a bit longer because I have been segmented my things in various verticals, which I even dropped a mail regarding that. Because I was really amazed when Frederick, the coach Frederick, was talking about SEO. Then Maria was talking about digital marketing. So actually, I started my career as a graphic designer, and then I slowly entered into web designing. Then as a digital marketer, I got mentored by one of the leading professionals of the industry. And then actually, I did my master's MBA in advertising management. And so while I was working on different verticals, I started as a graphic designer, then to web designer, developer. As of now, I know more than 14 coding languages.
Wow.
But at the end of the day, it's a saying in sales that sell your stuff, and if you can't sell your stuff, sell your skills. So if I cannot sell my product, I have to sell what I have got. So this is where I was leaning on that. Maybe my product is not well versed what I'm delivering. It's technically sound, but how do I get more sales? Or how can I help my clients in getting more sales? So then after my MBA, I started my PhD, and the question, the thesis subject was regarding the customer acquisitions through digital platforms. So I entered into neuromarketing, where actually it's a kind of a lot of A/B testing is involved. Let it be in terms of design. Every industry, what I got to know is every industry, let it be digital or any traditional, they have certain patterns, how a human brain reacts to particular situation. It could be color schemes in website, it could be font faces, it could be people are interacting, how the people are interacting with my digital advertisements or my content, let it be anything. So there is a lot of A/B testing is involved in that. So I learned that, I practiced that, and fortunately I ended up with some very good conversions. But again, when I am ready with the product or the service I have, how do I get it? in the market. So I entered into lead generation and sales funnel. These were two topics which actually every industry requires actually. So like if I do not know where exactly I have to go and sell my product, so like how do I have to do the pitching to my clients, like if I'm ready with the product, if I'm ready with the website, so I have to showcase in front of thousands of people, how will I represent it? So these are all the skills which I combined together, and now I think I got I was Google certified. I got recognition from HubSpot for I did one innovation in neuromarketing in advertising.
Wow.
So this is how I progressed from just a simple graphic designer to now today I am an inbound and neuromarketer. So I basically help people to grow their business. Let it be any kind of business. Let it be first you have to do the A/B testing with your product. Then I will help them to understand the basis of lead generation. And once you have the person on your website or on your platform, how you have to mark their whole journey, because that is more important.
That's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, the word neuromarketing is very new to me. I don't know for the other coaches. Have you heard about neuromarketing, coaches? No. So yeah, so that's very new. So
Basically it's the same thing. Like maybe Melanie must be well versed with the things that every industry has their own protocols, or the patterns of color schemes and the font faces. So this is how we just combine it while building a website. While even like Maria must be aware like how these actually when we design advertisements, so like how people are interacting, how well they are interacting with our advertisements. So this is where actually neuromarketing plays a role, that we do a lot of A/B testing, with the kind of content, with the kind of visuals we are producing. So that is what neuromarketing stands for.
I see. So we're excited for that as well. The courses that you will offer. Actually, Coach Shubs goes into that: sales funnels, lead gens, and neuromarketing. So yeah, we also have Coach Delara. Hi, Coach.
Hi. Hello again.
Yeah, could you share a bit about your background, Coach?
Yeah, definitely. I've been working almost 12 to 13 years. I started my career in an FMCG company industry, and then I moved to banking industry, which I worked in like 5 years. I was always working in the brand and the marketing side, and for the last 6 years I've been in telecommunication industry. I worked in different countries like Turkey, UK, Qatar, and now I'm back to UK again. For the last 2 years also I'm freelancing. I'm supporting small to mid-sized businesses, and I have a lot of mentees from all over the world, actually from Singapore, from Dubai, from UK, US, and I'm trying to teach them how to be a good marketer in the industry. And also my last 2 clients are very well-known training companies in UK, which they are giving online and face-to-face trainings, and I created more than 40 to 50 marketing contents. And also in my whole experience I did also project management. In order to launch and execute your campaigns, you need to execute everything on time and do the project planning and the management. And also I'm getting the trainings of that project management, because I want to be the trainer. I want to train people how to be a good project manager and how can they implement to their business life. So yeah, that's me basically.
Thank you, Coach Delara. So I think we pretty jam-packed here from how you begin the transition from the non-online job to an online job. That starts with Coach T for the VAs, and also For your specialties that you will pick, Coach Maria for digital marketing, SEO, for Coach Frederick, Coach Melanie for web. If you want to know accounting, Coach Elmar. And it's sales funneling. It's Coach Shogs. If you want to know how to write, and technical writing, creativity, we have Coach Mark. Did I miss anyone? I think not. Hopefully not. So we actually have a lot of courses for if you're wanting. I mean, we are wanting to enroll to your classes. As a guest, because me, I want to enroll to your classes as well. So and also the audience wants to enroll in your classes. You can actually send us an email that will be webinars with the letter S, webinars at Get Started International, and that's spelled as INTL. So I sent it to the chat box as well.
Yeah, it's written there in the chat box.
Yeah, so webinars at Get Started INTL or international.com. So we can, we will know that which you will choose, or we can help you out if you're a bit confused because there's just a lot right now.
Yes, there's an amazing audience and experienced people. I would like to enroll one of or couple of the classes, so I could see how things are rolling and how our experienced coaches are training others. So it will be good for me also.
Wow, that's great to hear. I mean, guys, if you're watching this right now in your home, can you imagine the coach, even from a coach? I mean, Dilara is already a project manager, but she still wants to learn. So if you haven't got to the point that you want to learn, I think that would be a game changer. Because you heard it from a coach.
Exactly. I think you could learn a lot of things from different people, from different experiences. So it's endless. So I will be honored to join one of our coaches' lesson, and also I will be really happy if they could join mine. So it's mutual, actually.
Wow, I didn't see that coming. So thank you for opening that up, Coach Dilara. So wow, I'm just overwhelmed. Before I also forget, one of the best. I mean, because Get Started is actually divided into like 4 parts. We have the call centers. So we have the voice call centers. We have the non-voice, which is after the graduates of the Get Started learning, they will be transitioned to the non-voice, which is digital marketing and all the likes. We also have Get Started Business, and we have here one of our co-creators for Get Started Business, Sir Norbert Badana. He is actually a hotel chains owner, and Get Started Business is like a Shark Tank. I mean, it's not a Shark Tank, maybe a dolphin tank. It's not like we don't have like Kevin O'Leary, we don't have the Mark Cuban, but we have like dolphin. So yeah, Sir Norbert, say hi to everyone.
Thank you very much, Ebro. It's so nice to be here. Actually, I've been watching the webinar through Facebook Live because I was actually in the kitchen and then went to the laundry area, do some washing because it's Saturday. We have so many laundries and dishes to wash. And so after I finish that off, sit down here back in my office and watching you guys. And then I'm honored, bro, to introduce that you give me time to introduce myself to everyone, to be part of the Get Started International, and to be in the category of Get Started Business. So that's what Ebro said, that I am in the hotel industry or the tourism industry. I'm a hotel owner of 8 guest houses and hostels here in Cebu City, Philippines. If you've been here in Cebu or in Bohol, we have one property in Bohol and about 7 properties here in Cebu. So all our properties at the moment are closed, but this is really good. This is global. The case started international, and I was impressed to see guys from I don't know which. I've just heard from Singapore, from Spain, and hearing others from Europe. Wow, this is actually international, and it's so nice, guys, to see you all. But if happens you coming to visit here in the Philippines after this pandemic, no worries. If you have nowhere to stay, come and stay with us. We have plenty of rooms at the moment, and anyway, so Ebro invited me to be one of the coaches in the Get Started business because he saw my expertise being an entrepreneur myself for the last 10 years. And I am so glad to be part of this, and I'm so honored to be able to share my expertise, my skills, my knowledge that I learned for the past 10 years being an entrepreneur. And I can see most of the coaches here and probably the students would be you guys are also an entrepreneur in your own rights, and I'm so glad to be in this community, sharing each other's knowledge and skills. And I'd be more than glad to if there be students there that wants to be an entrepreneur and to want this to be their career in their life. I'll be so honored to guide, help, and inspire and teach those individuals. Again, thank you so much, bro. And then and you will be seeing me also, guys, and I hope to be seeing you also here all the time.
Cool. Thank you, Sir Norbert. Yes, we have a question from Bea, I think. Bea, you're on mute.
Ay, sorry. Hi, Sir Norbert. Good afternoon. Because I know that you have a lot of properties or rental spaces, and because of the pandemic, there's a slowdown in tourism. I'm wondering, how do you intend to shift your business from the hotel industry, and what do you intend to do with your existing businesses?
Okay, if I get your questions right, that what do we do now that our businesses are closed, right?
Yes, I think that's what she mentioned.
The number one industry at the moment was affected is the airlines and the hotels, and it just so happened that I am into the line of hotel business, so our hotels are all closed at the moment. But thanks for the call centers here in Cebu, they are still existing, and one of our brands located in Puente, there's one call center there called the Global Empire Corporation. So they have about 80 staff, and half of their staff, the 40, they in-house them. They in-house them into one of our brands that right next to their office. So we still have one brand that's still operating, occupying the call center agents at the moment. But then when it comes to tourism or business trip or travel for leisure, we don't have those guests at the moment. And if you're going to ask me what's the transition, what we're gonna do, actually we are in the situation that most the other branches that we have are sleeping at the moment. So yeah, and we are just going to wake them up once the pandemic happens, or pandemic finish. But again, uh, but again, I'm not worried if the pandemic would still be like this or how long. I This is now the new normal, and what I am just excited at the moment is because of Ebro, the Get Started International involved me into this because this is the industry now that is not sleeping. Never, not at all. Yeah, everyone wanted to learn during this lockdown, and everyone talking through virtual. And this is the only industry that is not sleeping, and we are all into this industry, and that's why I took advantage of this get started, because yeah, I'm still in. I'm still in, and I'm not sleeping, and I can still continue on to share my expertise, not only hotels, but my expertise in the entrepreneurship. Probably hotels will come back after 2 years. That's fine. I'm willing to wait.
That's good.
Thank
That's
you,
great.
sir.
So, thank you, sir. So yeah, Sir Norbert is actually will be sharing about like how to start a business, kind of stuff, and we are also in the works of creating a dolphin tank, not a shark tank. So we will be financing startup entrepreneurs with their business. So yeah, watch out for that. Sorry for hijacking the webinar, but yeah, I just wanted to touch base with everyone. We also have guests. Please say hi again to Romel. Hi, Romel.
Hi. I have it's just a question.
Yeah.
So after finishing or graduating a specific course, are we given a certificate?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Yes, you will have a certificate.
Okay. Thank you. But hi, thank you so much for sharing this very educative session with all the coaches. You've done very great, guys, and thank you. And thank you, Ebro, for inviting me.
Thank you, Romel. How about
welcome.
Let's say hi to Ma'am Zaira. Any learnings from that you were able to pick up today, Ma'am Zaira? Okay. How about Miss Katrina?
Hi. Yeah, first of all, I would like to thank you, sir, for inviting me with this webinar. Actually, I've learned a lot, because before I was working in a BPO industry. I mean, office space. So, meaning to say, before this pandemic happened, my mindset is like, you can only work in the office. You really have to travel a lot. You really have to spend your time traveling, especially here in Manila. It's really traffic here everywhere, actually. Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, so before this pandemic happened, I was like, how long should I be working in the office? How long should I sacrifice for my family? But this webinar actually helped a lot, because I realized that you can actually work. I mean, you can actually earn, and you can be flexible with your time working from home through this specific jobs, or this freelancing jobs that was discussed, and that was also introduced by the coaches who spoke a while ago. So
Right.
I've really learned a lot. But anyway, I am also working as a freelancer, but not in this kind of industry because I am also a certified professional hair and makeup artist. So
Wow.
as you can hear in the news, we are one of those industries that are really affected with this pandemic. I've got like 4 weddings last April, May, and June that was already canceled. Apart from weddings, I also have any other little gigs that was already canceled. So, yeah, in Tagalog, they say, pag maikli ang kumot, matutong mamaluktot. So it's like what is happening with the world right now. You just have to be flexible enough to adjust with the changes that's happening in the world. And this is actually a great opportunity. I wish more people will be able to be in this webinar so that they will realize that okay, your earnings will not end in working in the office. You can still earn, you can still enjoy with your family, you can be safe in your own home while earning. So thank you so much for this very informative webinar. I hope we could have a lot more and more and more webinars in the future. Thank you, coaches.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Thank you, Kat. So yeah, also we have here Miss Journally. Hi, Miss Journally.
Do I need to introduce myself?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
This is your time.
I'm actually a writer. I've been writing fiction novels, but I'm a published fiction novelist. But due to the pandemic, everything is on halt right now. But the thing is, I was able to get a job as an editor in an online industry, so I can relate to anything remote, any remote job. And I'm also handling the platform social media. I manage their social media account. So hello to to Coach Maria. I'm really interested with your course because I know I have so much to learn and I need the motivation because handling social media accounts could be tiring. I also have to deal with those people who are mostly readers and also writers. So it's like a crazy job. So it's fun to know more about different industries. I'm also interested with web design and SEO. SEO is like a crazy course actually. It's an advanced course. So kudos to Coach Frederick for getting that job because I'm one of the lazy ones. I hate putting keywords. I hate putting keywords. I have a blog, a YouTube blog, and sometimes I just want to post my video. I'm really lazy putting keywords, so I also need that motivation. So thank you for the opportunity to interact with you, and I'll see what I can do with my schedule so I can join your courses in the future. And I would also like to invite everyone if you have a talent in writing novels. Maybe I can help you with our platform. I accept Filipino. The company accepts Filipino and English stories, and it's a company based on Singapore. So I usually deal with writers not just from the Philippines but from other countries as well. So actually I already discussed this with Bro before, but I'm supposed to tackle the industry as well, the online writing industry. So hopefully in the future, so
Yes,
you will know
very
what.
soon.
Yeah. So you will also know what the opportunities you can get from writing fiction stories. What else? And also how to market yourself as a fiction writer, because in my case, the Filipinos are voracious readers. So it's an advantage for Filipinos to enter this industry and to interact with more readers, especially when the pandemic came. So for me, it's not a negative one. I was able to get a job during the pandemic, secure it. Actually, I don't want to be an editor. I'm used to writing for my. I'm used to writing alone. I even hate collaboration. So this is something new for me. Like I have to handle other writers' stuff or their promotions as well, because it's already part of my job. Like I was not really forced, but I hope I can get the motivation from the other coaches.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Yes, you are.
Yeah, because I'm used to promoting my own work, but now I have to promote other writers. I have to handle other writers. So I've been freelancing for, okay, I don't want to mention the year, but I've been working in the writing industry since I was in college. So
How many books have you written?
More than 300 titles published.
Wow.
Yeah, and
300.
yes. So
Wow.
I had to force myself to promote my own works because I can't rely on my publisher to do that stuff. And it paid off because the new company I'm working with, they interested me with their social media management.
That's good.
So their main the main office, they can handle preparing tutorials. So I had to handle that myself. Like it's a pro bono job. So I learned how to anticipate the needs of the customers, of the readers, what they need, what they need to learn from the platform. So those who will take up the course to Coach Maria and to the other courses as well, that's a tip. You don't have to wait for the other people to teach you what to do. Like chatbot is according to one of my coaches, it's a pretty advanced course. When I took up SMM, social media marketing this last year, they didn't offer that, but I was interested, so I had to learn on my own. So you have to step up in this industry. Of course, it's a good thing that you have coaches to teach you, but sometimes you can't always rely on what's available. You have to step up. You have to anticipate the needs of the company or your clients and also the customers. If
Right.
you can't wait for them to do stuff for you. So those are the things that I want to share with everyone. But of course, I still want to learn more because
There you go.
especially marketing and the writing industry, it's an ever changing industry. Like I don't know. Like last time, I haven't reached I forgot. There's one thing in Google that they had to remove from our course because Google removed it. I forgot what site was it anyway. So it's an ever changing industry. I'm sure Coach Maria and the other coaches will agree. So those are the tips that I want to give. And
Thank you so much, Coach Journaling.
yes,
I mean, I already called you Coach.
yes, always ask your clients what they need and how you can help them with. Because I'm a selfish one before like I'm used to having leaders with my work. So when it's like being a fish out of the water, I had to learn social media marketing, and I started asking questions like, how can I help you with, or what do you want to experience, or what do you want to know? So those are the questions that I learned later on. Like it's a lesson. So like from being selfish to being selfless. So I hope I can know more from our coaches in the future, and I hope to know more or learn more from my fellow students as well, because it's according to Ebro, he's building a community. So it's I'm sure, or also the coaches will learn from the other students. So it's a give and take, because there are some experiences that we haven't experienced yet. So from the
Yes.
others. So
thank you.
yeah,
Thank you so much for your
I'm very so
inputs.
clueless at that time. Sorry.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Coach. Yes, Coach. Generally, I'm gonna uh, claim that already. Anyway, guys, anyone has any questions yet? We have 8 minutes. I hijacked our host. I'm sorry, Megs. Hi, Megs. Are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Yes, yes. Giving the mic back to you. Yeah, just giving the mic back to you, Megs. I'm sorry for hijacking your hosting.
Yeah, that's okay. So, any other questions that you guys have for our speakers for tonight?
Hello, I wanna ask, how do you deal with the stress? Like, I know everyone experiences stress, especially during the pandemic. Because like I'm used to working at home, but when the pandemic came, the stress became double. So how do you handle that? Yes, some clients and chat out to the coaches.
Sorry, you mentioned how to deal with stress, right?
Yes.
I think for me, because I'm so used to a 9 to 5 job in the workplace, and I'm pretty sure everyone else was also pretty used to working during the weekdays, and then you start working, and then you chill out with your friends during the weekends, you go out and all that. So because of the pandemic, I've been working from home most of the time, so I sort of get like this mixed moments where I'm blending what I would usually do after work hours into my work hours, and there's a lot of changes obviously in your daily routine. So I think for me, I picked up knitting for one. I started to learn how to knit, and crocheting, something to do with my hands, obviously, because now there's a lot of free time. I've also started to, I guess, chat more with my friends virtually, online. I even tried out this thing called I think House Party with my friends. It's an app, so you get to play games and you get to talk more with your friends as well. There was even one time where we arranged a food delivery for a Starbucks coffee to each of our own houses, and then we would just virtually talk to each other via the camera, and then we'll show our Starbucks drinks, like what are we having for the day. So that sort of thing, I guess, just makes everyone feel a bit more human, and like everyone is just part of it together. Yeah, that's for me. What about the other coaches?
Coach Melanie, how do you handle stress? That's how she handles stress.
I think Melanie gets it, bro. So
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, before I mean, Coach Frederick, you have something? How do you handle stress? Because
Actually, we just have a recent addition in the family. He is going 3 months this July, so
Congrats.
basically, it's both. It's like the stress reliever in our family today, right now, because he's so cute. Yeah, we almost named him Kobe, but there are maybe he will be subjected to bullying, like since Kobe and Kobe is they sound familiar.
Sounds very close.
So maybe I decided to name him a different name, because maybe I was thinking if he will grow up, he may be bullied by other kids, because as you know, we have a bad situation here now in the Philippines because of the COVID. Mostly, I don't know if you are aware, though the government is claiming that they are they are performing the best, but most of us we actually don't agree with them, and so with the recent addition in our family, with the stress from coming from the government, actually it doesn't matter anymore because what matters most right now is I took care of my baby, and I still work, and I still have clients, and still I can do both things, taking care of my baby and working home.
Thank you, Coach Frederick. Thank you. Guys, on a, because I'm pretty much Get Started is pretty much everywhere. You know, we can teach anyone to, when you get started with something, you know, we have it. You know, if you want, it's a job, if it's you know, if it's a business. So I just forwarded to you one of our coaches. One of our coaches actually teaches this. So it's like personality development, which includes stress. I mean, how to handle stress. So just to answer your question, journally, we have a class for that. So we don't lack on the courses. Yeah. Yes, Meg. Thank you, Coach Frederick. Thank you for the question as well, journally.
Yeah, so I just want to share before we wrap up that in terms of stress management, I only have one thing that I always share to my colleagues or to the supervisors in handling. Always focus on what you can control. So before we wrap up everything, we can actually hear a few words from the speakers or any words of encouragement from our guest speakers that they'd like to share with our audience. And I believe some information on how you can deep dive on acquiring the skills that they have. So let's start from Coach Melanie. Coach Melanie.
Sorry, what is it again? Hello.
Yes. Your words of encouragement to the audience if they want to start web development.
Yeah, encouragement. So, always take everything as a challenge.
Right. That's great. Yeah, because it's like a stretch. There's nothing is easy. What you're saying, right? Yeah. Nothing is easy. Yeah. All right, Coach. Really going back to Meg.
Yeah. Thank you very much. How about Coach Frederick? Any words of encouragement?
Never stop learning. Eventually, you will get to choose your own path. Just passionate with what we do. It will always, God will always lead you to the right path. Sorry, I muted me. Just the additional. Don't be afraid to move out of your comfort zone. Just because you're from the corporate, it doesn't mean that you will not be successful with freelancing or working from home. That's where I came from. Though I still do corporate job, but freelancing is like outside my comfort zone. When I tested it at first, because at first you will be afraid, but since right now there are many mentorships, there are many guides. During our time, actually it's hard to find a mentor, but right now there are many mentors to guide you, and it's now more easy to move from corporate to freelancing. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And learning is really a continuous process, and you can never grow if you will not step out of your comfort zone. So let's ask lastly, Coach Maria.
Yeah, so I think for me, the words of encouragement to all the viewers right now is to always be patient with yourself. If you don't get it right the first time, you eventually will. Always invest in yourself and always be true to what you want to do in the future. Do what you really want to do from the heart, and where you see yourself when you're much more older. And yeah, don't stop learning. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And for more information about the course they offer, you can send us email at webinars@getstartedintl.com. So as we conclude this week's career preview, I'd like to thank again our guest speakers who gave us their time to share their various expertise to us. Let's give them a round of applause. And that's despite their busy schedule. And our productive audience, thank you. This has been productive and fun, and we'll see each other on the next episode of Get Started International Career Preview. As the saying goes, our work here is done, yours has just begun. Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, everyone.
Bro.
Bro, we still want to stay, bro. We still want to talk to you.
bro. Bro.
Yes. Teka lang. We still have an audience.
Yeah, I'm here.
Teka lang. Yeah?
Ay, may audience pala. Kasi, mamaya, 8 p.m. ba?
Oh yeah, 8 p.m.
Sige. Ay, congrats. Thank you.
Sorry,
Galing.
Bea, sorry, you were saying something?
Yes, 8 p.m. Sir Norbert.
Nakamute ka, Sir Norbert.
Thank you very much, Bea. Thanks for the question.
Sir, I can leave now.
I wanted to talk to you.
Megs. Yes, I'll just, yeah, you can. I'll give you feedback later. I mean, you can join the 8 p.m. call. I'll send you if you're free lang ha. I know you're busy.
Bye, Megs.
Bye,
Thank you,
Megs.
Megs.
Thank you, Megs. Galing.
Thanks for being so
And also,
sweet.
and the Facebook.
Yeah.
Galing.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much.
Bro.
Thank you.
And Facebook Live.
Oh.
Low nga.
Sir Norbert.
Go ahead, Bea.
Kanang, I am